All right, ready to go. You said yes? Yes. Okay, thank you. All right. This time I'd like to call the meeting to order. Communications from the public. Have there been any comment? Are there any comments from the public, or has staff received any written comments from the public?
We have not received any.
Okay, let's get right into our only agenda item, the military banner policy update. Naomi?
Good afternoon, everyone. So today we have a brief military banner program policy update. We're bringing the policy back to the committee for update on the perpetual Gold Star program. But before we get into that, just some quick background. The military banner program was created to recognize and celebrate Corona residents or their immediate family members who are currently serving on active duty in the United States Armed Forces. The current program allows for participants to enroll themselves or a family member if they are currently serving on active duty, which is 12 consecutive months. It can be Corona residents or their family are Corona residents. We did expand the program to allow for non-residents as long as they have an affiliation with Corona, so they could have gone to school here or work here. But there are some costs that go along with that. Banners are selected at random locations. They are installed 4 times, which was updated from the previous 2 times a year. And when they are installed, we do notify families to let them know exactly where they are located. So moving on to our Gold Star program. So previously, the Gold Star program was created to honor those who have lost their lives in the line of duty. The limitations we faced was for someone to qualify for the Gold Star program, they had to have a current banner up. So if a family member hadn't been participating in the program, they weren't eligible to get a Gold Star banner. So unfortunately, that did limit the people that have come in the past to request a banner. So we are here today to update that policy. So the proposed changes that we have, of course, we want to honor all servicemen and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice. So we want to allow for non-banner recipients to apply for the Gold Star banner, which allows current and former residents to be able to apply for the Gold Star banner. We want to waive the 12 consecutive months of service that we require currently for the Gold Star banner program. And the Gold Star banner, And then the other thing was for location. We do have some options that we have for you guys. Do we want to allow the banners to be placed kind of where the resident lives, or if we want to allow a certain section of area to be designated for Gold Star banners only?
So I'm just going to add a little color commentary. So obviously some recent events are what sort of spurred a few revisions in looking at this, wondering if it's really serving the purpose, which the intent was to honor our veterans. And we realized that there were some limitations on the policy as it currently was, which is why we're bringing it back to you. Again, when the conversation came around Gold Star banners, where to place them, you know, there's 2 good thoughts. You can make sort of a memory lane where you've got a significant visible part of the city that's designated for that. And then on the other hand, it could be that the most meaningful thing could be to put them where the family of that person lives so that they can drive around that on a regular basis. And so no right or wrong answers, but we just wanted to bring that here and get some direction to make sure that we're carrying that out in accordance with what the preference is. So.
Well, I like the proposed changes for sure. That makes sense. I think I like option A. Ask the family, if they would prefer to get the banner as close to their home as they can get it, or if they just want it to be randomly placed. That's what I would say.
I would say that I've been here for all this and you all have not. The majority of the discussion when people did come was having these banners in a visible place that they could see them. That seemed to be a preference.
That they have them all together?
No, that they're by the family members.
Oh.
I live on
Oh, yeah.
the east side of town. Why are all the banners just on Main Street
Sure.
just in this little area. So that was a lot of bone contention, which led to the expansion of this, but also the sentiment of the family members was, we'd like to see this banner. We live on this side of town, shop on this side of town, so we'd like to see our son, daughter, you know, in our pathway. That would be meaningful to us, rather than just on this one street like we
Yeah.
had it before. So just sharing with you,
Okay.
like, kind of the
And I'll
sentiment.
piggyback on that, I went back and looked, I remember you were at one of the meetings before the election. You came, and I looked, June 6, 2018 was one of our meetings on this, and I think the whole thing started with the one woman that her daughter's banner was on the totally other side of town, and it kind of, the whole issue snowballed from there, so I would agree that.
I think we had a meeting before that because of the limitations on it too, because we had service members that had grown up here, family.
Right,
that
oh, I
lived
thought
right
that
on
was
the
after
border,
that,
too.
her meeting. I know there were two
Yeah,
meetings
Yeah.
back
so-
then on it,
But
and
we're really talking specifically about the Gold
Yeah.
Star.
the
So
Gold
these are
Star.
just-
And I think I would agree with Michelle and
Yeah.
you that.
I mean, if I
To
had
have
to,
the Gold Star banner near the
if I had to
family.
guess, that would probably be, you know, the option that the families would choose if they were given a choice, would
Okay.
be visible within, you know, their neighborhood, you know, as close as they can get it.
Okay, thanks for sharing that history there. Yolanda, any comments on that?
I agree, they should be near the family.
Right.
The one
The
thing
the
I,
only question I have is, I'm sorry, Chair.
Go ahead.
I jumped in.
no,
So what if the family moves? Would they be able to move the banner then?
Just within the city?
Yeah. So if we
Great
could put that
question.
language in there also.
I suppose we could, I think we can be really accommodating with Gold Star banners.
I would hope so.
I hope that we have very few of them
Sure.
long-term, and because of the significance of that, I think we can be very accommodating with those.
The one thing that I think we need to consider, though, is after a death of their son or daughter or parent, there might be some really, a lot of emotions, and very, very likely they could say, I don't want to talk about that right now, or what do you know?
Yeah.
And I wonder if we could do like some follow-up, if that occurs, follow up maybe a year later and say, hey, we wanted to come back to you and see if you still felt that way, you know? Now that,
So the language that the previous policy had, which we can also bring to the new policy, it allows for it's up to the family and under their discretion. So some family members might choose not to have a banner, or some maybe
okay,
want
so
the
we
banner
wouldn't
and
approach
use it.
them, they would
Yeah,
approach us.
It would be completely 100% up to the family, and
Okay.
it must be, the application must be submitted by an immediate family member, so that way they're aware that it's going up, they get to choose when it goes up, and it's
Okay,
their choice.
thank you for clearing that up. Good.
Just a quick shout out to Cindy, who created the look of the banner, which we have here. We kind of went around looking at other cities to see what they have on their military banner programs, and we kind of pieced a couple of things together, and we created the banner that you see up there. So big shout out to Cindy.
Yeah,
Who
I
designed
like the
that.
banner.
I do.
yeah, she's a rock
And
star.
full disclosure, I'm a Marine, so seeing George Washington in a Marine uniform was pretty cool.
Right on. All right, if there's no other questions, we will call it. We'll be adjourned until the next public services on October 7th.
Perfect, thank you.
Thanks for the direction.
Yeah, thank you.